Here we go. Share my audio.
Hey, Facebook world! You are watching Real Talk with Real Women Grinding. It's me, Laniva, and
Janae, hey y'all. Hey y'all. Y'all know we got to start this video up, so don't even be playing. It's all about entrepreneurship. Check it out.
check it out. That is so cute. I love that video every time.
Every time, have you ever felt you need to do something different, something special? You are. Man, this is a whole different beast. It is 2021. And this is our time and it is definitely our turn. If you did not know, I'm going to go and give a whole hand clap of praise for Georgia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just saying historical moments are happening and I am not even about to acknowledge the negative because it's all about the positive. And what has happened in the state of Georgia is nothing but phenomenal. And I don't even talk politics. I'm just speaking the fact of what is actually transpiring. So that is going to be something good. And I'm so glad my daughter is a part of this and actually understands a little bit about it. And she's only 7 years old. So I said, baby, make sure when you go up and grow up in history and you kind of look back in the history books, and if it says something different, you got to make sure you make adjustments and corrections and tell your people, that ain't how it went down.
Well, history is history.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't go around ignoring that.
No.
So I'm just saying, some things just have to be acknowledged because they have to be acknowledged. And yesterday, worthy of acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm bypassing the crazy. I'm talking about the positive side of it, the outcome of it all, not the crazy of it all, because they're not getting none of my energy.
There you go. I love that. None of our energy. None of our energy. So y'all all know, if you didn't know, this is the first, our first show of the year. And so can y'all feel the excitement?
Season two.
I'm telling you, 34 episodes last year, and we started in late, March, May? Is that right? March, May? Yeah,
May.
May. So now being able to actually kick off a full year, This being our first episode is nothing but magnificent. And boy, do we have something for you. If you don't know who I am Janae, and I am hailing out of Waldorf, Maryland, representing the DMV. And yeah, pray, keep praying. Because, yeah. Anyway, Miss Leneva, where you from?
Well, I hail from Nashville, Tennessee, in
Down
the South,
in
part
that
of
southern
the
song.
United States of America.
Sing that song, girl. What's the country songs? Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I write country songs. I do. They just come out that way. But I don't know very many country songs. So you
Woo.
get some hip hop, a little reggae, a little pop, pop, pop.
Look, you might need to go on down to Dolly Land and say, "Hey, Dolly, I got a song for you." Mm.
I have someone in mind for this song. So
Look at that!
keep
I
your
love
eyes
it.
and ears open. It's coming.
Y'all
It's
didn't even
so
y'all,
here.
y'all didn't even know that. Y'all didn't even know that. But let's get started,
I
you
know.
guys.
Okay, so watch this. So we're on Facebook, right? And YouTube and whatever other platforms we like to hang out with. And we are actually talking today about social media,
Mm-hmm.
networking, and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
We always on here. You see the ads. You see the ads.
Mm-hmm.
You see our posts and our versions of ads.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we've got a special guest whose specialty over the last 5 years is social media marketing. So we're going to chat with her and see what she has to share with us. But I was going to mention, social media, Facebook was all about it. Originally started with college kids trying to keep up with each other and not using the phone book,
Yep.
being able to see the faces of the people, the numbers that they had. And it just evolved from there. Like it
Oh.
went from the college kids, because it always starts with the young people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the adults infiltrate.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah, so we infiltrated, and it suddenly became how to keep up, find all the people you went to school with 100 years ago.
Mhm. Go
And
and break that yearbook out. Let me see if I can find such and such. Such. Rodney Perry. Are you out there, Rodney Perry? I've been looking for you. I've been looking.
I found you. Wait, and then did you realize how much time is sucked out of your life? Like, am I the only one that was sitting on there and realized 2 hours had passed while I was fooling around on there?
Honestly, Leneva, I'm gonna say from on this standpoint, yeah, because honey, who didn't what was it before Facebook? All them platforms.
MySpace was out, and
I wasn't. I didn't because most during that time I was deployed a lot, and so we
okay.
didn't get connectivity, so I was a little slow behind the game. And then when I did speed up and catch up with Facebook, I was like, it was too complicated for me, so I couldn't even do nothing with it. But it wasn't until mostly when I started entrepreneurship and I learned how that requires us to do some marketing and all these platforms, Instagram. Uh,
Mhm.
LinkedIn, Twitter, now a TikToky, and Snapchat, all those things. I'm telling you. So I learned some things, and it's just been amazing. It has very much evolved, and
Right.
with the crisis of last year, people have said they are not getting on Facebook, they're not doing X, Y, and Z. And those same people are now getting on Facebook, not because they want to, mostly because of necessity to reach out to their families, just so they can actually have family Facebook groups together so people can see each other. Facebook has done really good getting these little what they call it in the rooms where you can all come in and then you can use
Yes.
Messenger to call people and FaceTime. If you have an Android, Leneva, and I got an iPhone, I still can use Messenger and we can still, FaceTime each other and stuff like that. So it has really evolved and a lot of people have really started using it. So
And one of the things, before we pop into the marketing part, is it did have a positive element in emergencies
oh yeah.
where you could check in and say, I'm safe. So when all these crazy tornadoes and fires and evacuations start happening, and when people can check in and say, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. Because when 9/11 hit, I was actually at Deloitte and Touche, and we had put together an entire phone bank within a 24-hour period where people could check in and we could connect with their family members who were calling us on this 800 line to see whether or not they were in a tower. So that came out to be pretty good. But I'm excited about the marketing piece of it.
Mhm.
a lot of people, a lot of businesses and entities have been running ads, branding, and things like that,
Yeah.
paying for ads. But then there are people like you and I, entrepreneurs, small business owners, who we may or may not be spending that kind of money, but the platform is still there to do some type of marketing. So I think you have met an amazing young lady. And if you want to introduce her, I'm gonna pop her in and let's just chat with her and let her talk about her expertise in
Okay.
social media marketing.
And speaking of letting her pop up, we talking about social media, right? Well, I
Mhm.
met this young lady on the platform of Clubhouse.
Oh,
And if you do not know what Clubhouse is, by all means, inbox us or put it in a chat, put it in the comments because we got a great, like, informational um, link to send to you to kind of give you, some ideas of what it's all about. But if you are in business, you definitely need to be on this platform. If you're in the business of just wanting to learn more, grow more, because you say the more you learn, right, the more you earn. So self
yes.
development, connection, collaboration. So this year in 2021, that's why we call it what? Collab, connect, and promote. Real talk with real woman grinding. And this is just fitting that this young lady I connected with on Clubhouse is now our first guest, who is what? A social media marketing guru. And
Yeah.
oh, by the way, y'all, 5 years in the business, 3 years ago, she was on Instagram and she has 35,000.
Go ahead. Go ahead. She did something right.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you. So, y'all want to get ready and take some good nuggets, get your pencil, get your piece of paper, and let's bring up none other than Miss Chris Holt. Chris. How,
Hey,
How are y'all?
we are
fabulous.
great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to kick off this segment for the new year. So I am an open book and I'm here to serve. So thank you so much just for this platform and for this space that created.
Awesome. You want to go first, Amy, or you want me to go first?
You can
Well,
go.
Okay. So I really want to know, who is Chris Holt? And when I ask you that, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, where you're from, and if you don't mind, I believe you're a millennial, but I'm not sure, but you can let me know. But also a little bit about your business and promoting it and what you do.
Yeah. So I'm born and raised from Nashville. Yes.
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 Look,
Um,
just
and
some
then
girl.
and then I've also spent some time in Knoxville, and I actually went to college at an HBCU. I've been a volleyball player since I was like 10, and got a full ride there. So my college was paid for. But while I was in college, something was always tugging at me that I wanted more and that I was capable of more. Um, no no major stuck out except for business, and my business professor, they never ran a business themselves. So I was just really conflicted. And I am someone who is a free thinker. I like do not go like I do not go with the flow. I have to listen to just just intuitively to what I feel like God has called me to do. And so I knew from that point on that I was meant to be an entrepreneur, to run my own life, to run my own time. And yeah, so fast forward, I had a corporate job in hospitality sales. That was my first and my only job. I got fired from that job, and one of my responsibilities was to run their social media. And so once they fired me, I'm like, hey, there's a lot of companies who need this. And so then that's when the wheels just started to turn. That's when I started my marketing agency full time. And then I just recently moved to Atlanta, October, I think of 2018. No, May of 2018. I met my fiance here, so I'm newly engaged as of October. Thank you. He is a real estate investor and a marketer and entrepreneur as well. His name is Jr. And I, huh?
Boss couple.
Yeah. Yes. And so yeah, so that is who I am. And then current to date, not only do I manage the Instagram, the Facebook, and the LinkedIn, but I also get leads to service based businesses on autopilot, like in their sleep. So in a nutshell, that is who I am, and that is what I do.
Wow. So
Wow.
congratulations to
Yes.
you. The full ride. My cousin plays volleyball. The full ride to the HBCU, relocating, which is a big step by
Yeah.
itself, especially as a young person. Um,
Yes.
and whether you be a millennial or not, what you are is a businesswoman. Period.
Yes.
What I
I,
love, I'm
I
sorry.
am the old age of 25.
And hey,
And gorgeous said, let me tell you, it's the free thinking that got me. I said, I knew it. It's the free thinking.
yes,
I don't care what anyone wants to say about genre. What do you call it? What do you call those when we Gen X, Gen Z,
Yes.
all
yeah,
that.
all the different generations.
The thought process is totally different from the age groups. It really
Yeah.
It
is.
is.
It doesn't define who you are, but it's really different. You just said I had my one and only job, and
That you got fired from.
she got fired. And so she
Yeah.
took what she learned and was like, I ain't gonna go
Yeah.
work for nobody else. I'm about to flip this and make it work for me.
Right.
You can do
Yeah.
that with me. I know I as a I guess I'm a Gen X. I would have been just looking for doing my resume, filling it out again, and sending it out
Yeah.
to the job market again. So
Yeah. Thanks. And like trust, my parents, I mean, I got hell.
Yeah.
So I have four parents. My a real mom, my real dad, my stepmom,
Hmm.
and my stepdad, both who have been in my life since I was young, and I love like we are flesh and blood. So that transition was not easy because they are all corporate, they are all by the book. But being a Taurus in my stubborn nature, there is no plan B. Plan A is what I say it is, and it will work until it happens. My fiance says uh, um, that that failing will not work if you don't allow yourself to not get back up. So there is no such thing in my mind as it not working. It has to work. It will work, and that's just what it is.
Now, I will say this before I ask you this question. Because you're a free thinker and you're seeing things differently, I would encourage you to redefine Plan B because it doesn't necessarily mean that your initial plan is failing.
Mm-hmm.
Your fiance is a real estate investor. He's into marketing and things like that. So you guys are at some point going to discover the importance of having multiple streams of income. And
Oh
so
yeah.
that version of Plan B is something that I
Oh
would
yeah.
encourage you to keep your mind open to.
C, D, E, F, and G. So as you increase, so does your stream. So every stream
Yeah.
is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And I
Yeah.
love you got more than seven. Who you are? millionaires, seven, but mostly going to seven figures, you know. So we talking more like billionaires at this status at your age. Let's get this right,
Yeah.
y'all. She's 25 years old. She is ahead of the game, already an entrepreneur, finished college, you know, defied the odds of going against the parents. So sometimes when you go, oh, you gonna lose. No, she said, the Taurus said, no, not so. Because then she learned something very valuable from her fiance, who's also, you know, a powerhouse, and saying
Right.
about failure. And I just want to caveat on there because failure does build our diligence. It increases your ability, so you don't stop until you have reached your limits and skills, which will pretty much never happen because as long as you breathe and as long as you live it, you are always learning,
And
right?
growing.
So you
Right.
always fall your way forward, and failure makes you stronger. Go ahead, Lenita, ask the question.
We just need to go on and pass the collection plate because you just said a word. But but
That's
listen, Chris, I'm curious. Tell me in your 5 years of experience, what are some of the biggest social media marketing mistakes that you see?
Ooh, mistakes. All right. So first, just off the top of my head, first is you have to understand that social media is about being personable, and having
Mm-hmm.
a personal brand will take you way farther than just having a business. And like what I mean by that is that if I want to go out and start a tax business, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can get the Instagram page, I can get the Facebook page, but there's no person to connect to that profile. So if I build my personal brand up, whatever I put out, my audience will respond to. And so a great thing about having a personal brand is that it stands the test of time if you want to try new ventures. That's one, and then two, not having enough testimonials, not having enough reviews, not having enough social proof is
Yeah.
what is killing a lot of that is killing a lot of individuals, and just making sure that you are putting your customer first and be willing to give your product and your service out freely at first, like
Okay.
first, to garner trust, to garner reviews. So I think that, I think that that like those are the top. Those are the top things, because when it comes down to brand reputation, no one cares about what you say. They care about what others have had to say about you. And so that is a part of building a strong brand, is having those individuals and having that tribe to really speak and vouch for what you're doing.
Wow. Girl, my hand couldn't move fast enough. I should
I
have.
know. Did you take those notes?
Woo, girl, that was good, Chris. That was really good. Thank you for sharing that. But as a being in social media over the last 5 years, and you know, just being in social media your whole mostly in your entire life, right? Just being
Yes.
on the other side, and then now being on the flip side as a boss and making things happen. What I should say, what has been the best marketing campaign you have seen?
The best marketing campaign. All right, so that's a that's a multifaceted question, but to give you a direct response, the best campaigns and the best trends is having a funnel instead of a website. And what I mean by that is the average attention span is that of a goldfish. We're at 6 seconds. That is the average attention span. So if you give someone a website and you and you leave it to their own devices, to go to all of the tabs, to the shop page, to the about page, to the blog, to the blog page. Um, in all right, so a funnel is more guided. So you are telling your customer what plan of action to take from start to finish. And this is $30,000 worth of like information that I'm trying to cram in a short amount of time. So my brain is like this, and this. But have a funnel and invest in learning what that looks like. I went to a ClickFunnels conference that was in Nashville. There were 5,000 individuals there. There were about 20 African Americans, about 50 Africans, and there were 13-year-olds with multi-million dollar businesses, and they did not look like us. And so part of this is us us being fluid with the trends and being willing to learn in the same way that we were willing to learn and invest in college. You got to take yourself to a school to keep up with the new marketing trends and be willing to invest.
Wow, wow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Now I know you got the ear in and go and you dropped some good nuggets. I mean, we had a couple more questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
I know that you want to do one more?
I just have one because I think it can be answered pretty quickly in respect for
Go ahead.
your
Sure.
time, Chris. I would just like to know what type of posts you think create the best engagement.
Yeah. So for one, vulnerability post. Okay. I was born with a speech impediment, so it's from a young age. I stutter. And it's because my brain moves 5 to 6 times faster than everyone else. So my mouth is trying to catch up because my
Mhm.
thought, I think like this. So my mouth gets hung up. So for a while, I always hid behind that, and I never would want to put myself out there. But as soon as I did, that's probably the post that I had like 300 com 300 comments on, and a magazine interview and a feature came from that. And so just in a world where everyone wants to look perfect and just like be real, like be like my stuff is not all together. And so the post about who you are, like who you really are, like not who you want folks to see, but like all of your dirty laundry. folks
Right.
folks will gravitate to that authenticity. Two is add value. So when I go to your page, not all sell. Make it 30% sell and 70% value. Unless you own a like product based business, that is a bit different. But if you are on the service based side, try to inform into like try to be a like information tool. um, and then lastly, behind the scene posts are great too. Folks are nosy. Okay, they want to know what is going on. How are you making my soaps? How are you shipping it? So, but behind the scenes, the scene scenes too, and then also unpopular opinions are good too. Um, I am someone who's going to speak the absolute truth, and that may sound a little conspiracy wise, but it creates lots of conversation
Yes.
around things that folks aren't talking about. So that's kind of my 4 points on that.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, man.
I'm so glad. I'm so thankful, number one, that the two of you met
Yes,
I always get this pointing thing wrong. I'm so glad that the two of you met, so that now I can meet you too, and we can share you with
Absolutely.
our community. I mean, you are full of information. Your business is going to thrive and prosper and continue to just go through the roof because you know exactly what you're talking about. I'm a
Thank
techie
you.
person. I understand computers and all that good stuff and social media, and I can tell you guys, she knows exactly what she's talking about.
yes.
So
Been there, done
hopefully,
that.
if
Yeah.
you guys have questions for her, for those of you who posted that you've got friends who started businesses who don't have social media, if you've got a business and you're wanting to grow it, reach out to her. Her website is listed below, Chris Holt at conveyorlead.com/home. And let's support, help her grow. She stood out on faith at a young age. She
Yes.
took all the steps her family said take, and then she took a leap of faith. So let's support.
Absolutely.
Chris,
Yeah,
thank you so
and
much.
then I have time for two more questions if
Because we
you
still got another one.
yeah.
So I'm going to say to the group, we're over our time,
It's
but
okay.
hang out with us anyway because we've got good information. So we're going to go over on purpose.
But you don't want to hear this good nugget, okay? So this and this question is social media marketing a one size fits all, or does it really depend on your area of expertise?
Yeah, so marketing is something that is fluid and that has to and that goes through phases of evolution, but the techniques are the same. So we have newspapers, we have magazines, now we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn. So like different mediums, but the core is you need a audience. And I always say that marketing, no, your business is a car, but without marketing, and marketing is gas, and without gas your business is parked, your car is parked. And so it's not one size fits all, but it is up to you to see what your best strengths are and what platforms align with those strengths. So I recommend that um, that you spend equal time on Instagram and on Facebook and on TikTok and on YouTube. Find 2 to 3 platforms that are that coincide with like your natural gifts. So I'm not a like talker, but I take a good picture. So Instagram is one. I don't like to write, but but if you do, you could thrive on a platform like LinkedIn. If you don't like to be seen, but you love to talk, Clubhouse may be for you. And so just kind of align your natural gifts with the right platform.
Oh man, that boy, that was good. I have not ever heard that before. Honestly, all the social media groups and different classes and trainings I've been to, I've never heard align your gifts with a platform because it right there is something for the hearing, the seeing, and the speaking
Yeah,
on all the platforms that are out there. Now that I think about it, because mostly I've just been told you want to do fit, which is
right.
Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or you want to do and y'all, it's not TikTok, it's really TikTok, but I just like to call it that.
I know it makes me laugh every time you say it though.
And then before it was like LinkedIn and different things. So it's been constantly changing.
Right.
Year by year, it's something new, it's something different, something. But you
Yeah.
just expressed it all by saying align your gifts with the platform because guess what? All those platforms are being used by some generation.
Yeah.
You might think it's out of style for the young folks, but hey, we got baby boomers now on Facebook.
Right.
My mom was on Facebook, y'all. So, and she doing the dang thing. I be looking at her page like, oh, mommy
Right.
So I'm just saying that's good. Align your gifts with your platform. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Go ahead, Lenny. You got something for her?
Yeah, that is so smart. I love that. And like Janae said, you get the typical standard answers on everything. So thank you for doing this deep dive with us.
Yeah. Of
My
course.
last question is, thank you for the extra time. My
Yes.
last
Yes.
question is, let's say you already have a Facebook or some platform of social media going. You
Okay.
got a personal page, and then you break out and start your business. Is it better to continue inside of your personal page and build your business inside of it since you already have a following and people are already familiar with you? Or is it better to break off and create your business page and keep the two separate?
Yeah, so this goes back to start with the end in mind.
Okay.
So to me, there's like two ways to do this. If you are someone who wants to build your personal brand, grow a large following, then attach the business to you.
Okay.
If you are someone there are multimillionaires on just on Instagram and on Facebook now who have like 3 followers and who have a weird favicon. Uh, so, but they they master marketing through ads. So if you have the money to run paid ads and and to buy the attention for your business, then you don't have to do that. But
Okay.
if but if you do want to align it with your personal brand, which I do recommend, um, along with paid advertising, then like go the personal brand route. And there may be a period of cleaning up. And so what I mean by that is, this is no shade to anyone, okay? But if you're doing business now, and if you want to put on that comes with a look. So what that so like what that means is, I don't want to see my accountant twerking. I don't want to see her out at freaking, you know, at just pouring that drinks and doing this. You have, all right, her her perception is more means more than the actual truth. if if I go to your page and you look like a stripper, that is my perception of you. But I don't know that you are a mom with 5 kids. But at that point, you have lost me. Be, because the perception of who you are is my truth now. So if you want to bounce up and be that type of woman, then you need to portray that. Now, does that mean that everything? And then this is also twofold, because if you are in the business of attracting corporate clients, then you need to have a corporate and a more professional facade online. Me, I deal with full time entrepreneurs, and I garner most of my audience like on like Instagram, so I can be a bit more laid back, um, and like classy, but not over professional, and still get business done.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's kind of my tidbit on that question.
That's good.
That was
That's
real good.
Thank you for that. Because yes, I have said that, and I have gone to some of those pages, and yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to judge people, but they
yeah,
giving you
but
what they giving you. So I mean, what you gonna do?
exactly.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're absolutely right. And so thank you. And what they say, what's the first impressions are
It,
lasting
that's the
impressions.
impression.
Doesn't go away just because you're online now. It
yeah,
actually gets worse if you ask me.
It
Yeah.
does.
You under a microscope. So just
yeah,
keep that in mind. for everyone. Thank you so much again, Chris. You're amazing. You're awesome.
Thank you.
You're
Yes.
great. And like I said, you guys, you can follow her. I think her Instagram tag is up there too. Uh,
It is.
It's at the Chris Holt, TheChrisHolt.
Y'all got that. And she's also on
Yes.
Clubhouse. So she be giving some
Yes.
good nuggets on Clubhouse too. So by all means, join up and follow her on there so you guys don't miss this good stuff and make some connections.
Some
Share it.
Thank you so
connections.
much.
All
Thanks.
right. Thank you,
Thank you
Chris.
so
You
much.
be blessed. Take care.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye
You
bye.
too. Thanks. Bye.
Yo,
What?
man, that was fun.
Boom. Mics are dropping all over the room.
Can I get some ones and some tens and some fives? Getting it out there, man. I'm
Where's
telling
that plate? Cash App. Where are you?
you, right? And that's another thing, you guys. When I'm on Clubhouse and
Wow.
answering my questions, you'll see people have their Cash App on there. And this is BY. Some people just want to bless some folks because what they dropping, she said $30,000 information. You understand? They
Ah,
get paid for this money. Leniva's about to be a lawyer. She's going to get paid per hour for her work, for her conversation, right? So here
yes.
in Clubhouse, they're dropping nuggets just like Chris dropped for free. For free. But mind you, yeah, they still have their little cash app down there. So as long as you want to pass the plate, drop something in the plate, But they get nothing but support, honestly. Not they don't ask. No one asks. Don't even get it twisted. No one be asking for no money on Clubhouse to be dropping in the plate. Not in the rooms that I've been in.
Right.
When you in them business professional rooms, you don't know the difference. Because don't get it twisted. Just like Facebook got some skanky stuff going on. Yeah, Clubhouse got some interesting things going on too. It's all about what the room you are in, and you'll start to learn it. But you'll also start to learn how to navigate because Clubhouse, the algorithms navigate to you. So if you following crap, guess what's gonna be in your rooms a lot? Crap. So don't just get on there and be like, boo, 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 I'm gonna follow this person. No, be sure, be wise, because it's about connecting. It is nothing like Facebook, honey.
Be intentional.
Be very intentional, very intentional. Oh, well, we took a little of y'all time, but just what y'all get next week, huh? And we gonna keep it going.
Yeah, keep it going. You never know who'll be on next. So we promised you a new format, and it is, what are we calling this again?
We're calling this collab, connect, and promote with real talk, with real
Real women.
grinding.
Right. Hmm.
CCP, CCP. Hey, we're gonna trademark that. All right, you
We're
guys.
gonna find a new song too, because Facebook is not going to block another one of our episodes because they don't like that we play the song that we like. Grinding.
Grind. We might have to sing it. Do. Collaborate, sing,
Promoting.
connect. Yeah, we got to go because this is really how we like before.
This is how we are, right?
So,
Well, you just got to peep into the before and the after show. So perhaps we might do one of those next time. Anyway, thanks for tuning in with us, hanging out with us. We'll see you next Thursday, 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. And until then, keep on grinding.
oh, we love y'all. There ain't nothing you can do but love us back.
We like likes, we like hearts, and we like shares.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.